Before you scroll away, pause for just a moment. Take a slow breath in. Now, let it out. I want you to remember a summer that didn't have an ending. A time when the day didn't belong to clocks or calendars, but to the sun itself. Not a vacation, not a highlight reel. Just a normal day that somehow became unforgettable. My name is Jack. I'm 30 years old now. If you passed me on the street today, you wouldn't see anything special. Just another adult moving quickly through the modern world. I stand in crowded subway stations, shoulder to shoulder, with strangers who never make eye contact. I answer emails under flickering fluorescent lights. My phone vibrates more than it stays silent. And my shoes, these polished city shoes, haven't felt real dirt in years. But that's only what's visible, because inside me, there's a place I return to whenever life feels too loud. A place with a heavy door and a simple name etched into it. The Childhood Vault. And the moment I open it, everything softens. The noise disappears first. Then the pressure. The city melts away, replaced by warm air and open space. The smell of exhaust turns into wet moss and sun-heated clover. The world becomes slower, gentler, almost hand-painted, like a Studio Ghibli scene frozen in time before adulthood ever arrived. This memory lives there. It takes me back 20 years to a mid-July afternoon in a quiet, rural village where summer didn't feel like a season. It felt like freedom. The heat sat low over the hills, thick but comforting, and the sky stretched endlessly in every direction. No screens, no notifications, no adults checking the time. Just us. My best friend Sam was there. Bold, loud, always convinced the next idea would be legendary. My little sister Hope was there too, younger than us, but sharper than we realized at the time. And then there was me, standing between them, trying to lead, while secretly hoping the day would never end. Our destination was a place we named ourselves. We called it the Silver Thread, a shallow, crystal-clear stream that wound gently through the valley, slipping beneath an old stone bridge before disappearing into tall grass and wildflowers. To anyone else, it was just water. To us, it was an entire world. I still remember kicking off my sneakers at the edge of the bank. The grass was warm, uneven, alive. The moment my bare feet touched the ground, something clicked, like I'd finally plugged back into the earth. Then came the water, cold, sharp, alive. It wrapped around my ankles and calves, stealing my breath every single time. We laughed like it surprised us, even though it always did. The stream was so clear, it felt unreal, like liquid glass flowing over smooth, rounded stones, polished by centuries of patience. Tiny silver minnows flashed between our toes. Sunlight shattered across the surface in golden patterns that danced and disappeared as fast as they formed. But we weren't there just to cool off. We were on a mission. We were the great providers. From the shed near my house, we'd borrowed woven bamboo baskets, their fibers rough against our palms, still smelling faintly of dry grass and wood. We held them like tools of importance, even though our arms weren't strong and our plans were mostly guesses. Sam took the lead, of course. He stepped forward, his yellow shirt glowing against the deep green of the riverbank. He moved slowly, waiting, reading the water like it might speak to him. Then suddenly, splash. The basket plunged down. Every time our hearts jumped, the sound that followed is burned into my memory. The heavy slosh of water, the quick splash against our legs, and then the rhythmic click of smooth stones tumbling back into the stream as the water drained away. Sometimes there was nothing. Sometimes there was a flash of silver. And every time it felt like victory. Hope stood nearby, guarding what mattered most. She wore a white blouse and a red skirt that day, her hair tied back with a bright red ribbon that fluttered whenever the breeze passed through the valley. In her hands was the most important object of all, a bright red metal bucket. Whenever Samurai caught something, even the smallest fish, we brought it to her carefully. She'd crouch down, focused, serious in the way only kids can be when they're trusted. The water would spill into the bucket with a metallic clink. That sound, water hitting red metal, was the sound of success, the sound of teamwork, the sound of a childhood that didn't need anything else to feel complete. Hours passed without us noticing. The light shifted, shadows stretched. The air cooled just enough to feel kind. Our fingers wrinkled from the water. Our laughter slowed into comfortable silence. If you're still with me right now, I want you to think. Who are you standing beside on your summer days like this? Hold that image. Don't let it go. When we finally decided it was time to leave, the bucket was alive with motion. Silver shapes circling softly inside, but we never took them home. That was always part of the ritual. We gathered at the edge of the stream. Hope tipped the bucket slowly, carefully, and we watched as every fish slipped back into the water, vanishing into reeds and ripples like they were never ours to keep. No disappointment, no regret, just peace. We walked home barefoot through the warm grass, sneakers dangling from our hands, the empty red bucket bumping gently against my leg. We didn't have trophies. We didn't need proof. We had the memory. Now, years later, when life feels too fast and the world feels too heavy, I close my eyes and return there. I feel the cold water. I see the red ribbon. I hear Sam's laugh echo off the stone bridge, and I remember who I was before everything became urgent. This is why the childhood vault exists, because somewhere inside you, there's a place like this too. A creek, a backyard, a street where the streetlights decided bedtime. So tell me, where was your silver thread? Who stood in the water beside you? What simple thing once made you feel rich without ever realizing it? Scroll down and share it with me in the comments. I read every single one, and your stories keep this place alive. If this memory stirred something in you, if it brought back a face or a feeling you haven't visited in years, tap the like button so more people can find their way back to their own summers. And if you believe moments like these deserve to be remembered, subscribe to the Childhood Vault. We're building something quiet and meaningful here, one memory at a time. I'm Jack. Thank you for opening the vault with me. And remember, the water is always waiting.